Good afternoon. Today is the 26th of March and this is my new orchard that I have just planted, finishing today. 123 cider trees, berry trees and some eating apples. I'm just going to walk you around my orchard, more of an aid memoir for me as to what I've done, and hopefully get a feel of how big it is. So this is the first tree. This is my ring of perry trees and pear trees. So I've got about 15 various varieties. This one is from a Scottish pear, from heritage Scottish fruit called Maggie, and I've just planted pears round in a sort of circle. This is going to be a eating and dining area eventually, where the IBC is. But as you can see, I've got a number of different types of pears here, probably about 5 or 6. Let's see what this one is. This is Andre Huffcap on a Pyro Dwarf rootstock, a nice perry pear. What have we got over here? Brandy. It's another perry pear, and this is my circle of pears. As you can see, it's more of a U than a circle, but you can get a sense maybe of how big the orchard is. It's about 1.5 acres within a 5-acre field. Anyway, let's finish this circle of pears. Here's a Blakeney Red, another perry pear, and we have got Gin, a perry pear, and the last 3 or 4 I think go into more perries. So this is another Andre Huffcap, and the last 3, just for completion's sake, this one is Blakeney Red, and this wee fella, what's he called? It should really have a map of what everything is. That's another Brandy, and last but not least is this another Andre Huffcap? Yes, so that's my perry pears. Now everything else is in rows. Again, I'm not going to go through every single tree, but you can get a sense there's a bit of a slope on this orchard, and quite a lot of digging was done. You can see numerous big stones and rocks that had to come out. What is this? So MM106. So this is my sort of start of the cider apple trees. Chisel Jersey. I think a few of these are now together. This is probably another one. Yeah, as you can see. So let's just meander on down here. As I said, I've got about 20 pears. Or so, maybe 25, and probably 20 litres of berries, or give or take. Oh, this sweet chap here. Yeah, Chisel Jersey still going on, and this is a pear. That's a Scottish pear, Pear Lindors, I think from France originally. And what have we got here? We've got a Frederick, which is a cider apple tree, and first row is the last of my pears, I think. And then on the outside here, most of the rootstocks are either MM106 or MM111. 106 is a sort of normal sort of commercial type cider rootstock. M111's a bit bigger, more vigorous, and these are my line of M25. So these are standard trees, and I've got these going out the perimeter of the orchard. And this one is, the name is down here, Dufflin on M25. And then we've got Black Dabinet on M111, and then this healthy specimen is Spotted Dick M25. Before we go on to Northwood, now I think that's a cooker, and a dual purpose apple. And this one is Tate Sweet. So this is one of the, most of my apples are bitter sharp, but this one's a sweet cider apple. And this fella is another Tate Sweet. You can see that I've protected it with a sort of plastic mesh, quite tough to stop rabbits and, in theory, deer. I've also fenced off the acre and a half within my overall field. The farmer grazes outside, and I decided to make this orchard probably about 3 months ago, and it was all a bit mad rush. I started on the 1st of March, and it's taken me the best part of 4 weeks. And there's a Newton Wonder M25. I think that's another dual purpose cooking apple. Yeah. And the last couple of M25s going around the side of this orchard is another Newton Wonder, and then we've got Porter's Perfection, which is a lovely cider single variety. So this maybe gives you an idea of the scale of 123 trees. This morning I just finished planting glass 14, and the actual last tree that I planted is just down here. You can see some of these rocks were pretty gruesome to get out. I mean, look at the size of these ones, for goodness sake. I did actually dig all the holes with a digger, and if I had to do it again, I would not be doing that. I think just I'd do the old hard work with a spade, because I think I made the holes too big. They were about 2 foot deep, 3 foot long, and about, well, 2 foot wide. That's a lot of backfill of soil. I also got about 2 bags of compost and about 2 bags of horse manure, and this is what's left, about half a bag of horse manure and a scraping of compost. And then I think this was the last tree I planted this morning. A Galloway Pippin, again from Scottish Fruit Tree Heritage. So I'll go down here just to wrap it up. Actually, a mistake that I did make was I didn't work out the water table in this field, and all these holes, as you can see, which were dug by a digger, this is the sort of scale of what I had to backfill with turf, and I riddled it. This was a labour of love, Herculean effort. I riddled it with this by putting this over the hole and getting the soil out, and that's why you can see I've riddled piles of stones and rocks. So the trees are actually sitting in a mixture of the original clay soil in this field, plus compost and horse manure. But this will be the last planting hole on this row, because from this hole onwards, you see in a second, the water table, when it rains, fills up. So these last 5 holes on this first row I will not be using, but I am going to plant willow and other water loving plants down here. Have a little willow grove, and then I've lost 3 on the second row. 1, 2 and 3. So the holes I've got left to plant are about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I've got 8 trees left to go, and just let's walk up this hill to finish the tour of the orchard. This is the first time I've done anything like this, so I hope it's not too boring, but it's more of a sort of capturing a moment in time for me, really. So in years to come I can get a sense of how the trees have grown. And here's the biggest rock that we got out of a hole. This area here actually is quite stony, you can see, but Hangy Down, that's my wife's favourite named tree. She just loves the name of it. Well, this is me coming back up to the top of the orchard, where my pear circle is, and it is quite a hill, I tell you, when you've been up and down this all day. It's a good workout, I'll give you that much. And then the plan up here, it'll be good to see how I develop this area, but IBC, I'm hoping to get some sort of drainage hose to try and feed the orchard rather than manually let the biscuits. This here was cleaned up by a digger, and my plan is to get some sort of patio down with a seating area, maybe a barbecue, and then let's just go up, complete the full circle. It's taken about 10 minutes to walk around and drone on a bit of trees, but most of these trees are from Devon and Somerset varietals, and I'm hoping to make some decent Scottish Somerset cider in about 5 to 7 years time. So final look at the orchard, 123 trees, and then here we go, back to where we started. Let's close this gate, and I'll say a good afternoon to you and look forward to what this might look like in 6 months' time. Okay, all the best from sunny South Scotland.